planted a variety of broccoli related crops in our garden, including two different varieties of Raab. This is Secentina grossa, and at the far end we have a kind of a general name, just spring Raab. And you can see here I've actually let the plant go to flower. It's a little bit ahead of the other variety, the spring Raab, maybe a week or two. And that's a good thing for us because that tells us we can grow multiple varieties and spread the harvest season out a little bit longer. So ideally these would be harvested already before those flower buds open. Now in between we have a hybrid crop. This is called broccoli Gailon. It's a hybrid between broccoli and a Chinese cabbage. And this one is even further behind, which is going to further extend that harvest season. Now broccoli Raab can be harvested in a couple of ways. We can harvest just the green shoots, the way we would kale or mustard. And when we're harvesting for the foliage, we want to harvest plants when they're fairly small, about 4 to 8 inches, and we'll just cut those right off at the base. This is a great way to actually thin plants when they're first coming up in the garden, to create more space for plants to develop. Now, as the plant matures, you can see here we have a flower shoot, and this develops from the crown of the plant and shoots all the way up. This is the flower head that's quite a bit like broccoli, and we want to harvest it before the flowers open when they're still tight. Broccoli heads get quite large. On Raab, we're only going to see about 1 to 1.5 inch diameter on those heads. And so these are harvested by cutting the shoots down so that they're about 6 to 8 inches, maybe even 10. I've left, there's a little bud down in there. That's going to grow another side shoot. So I'm leaving some of the stems behind, and we'll see some new plants develop and mature into fresh shoots, again, extending that harvest season. Now generally we'll see Raab sold in bundles like this, with mostly leaves and a little bit of flower heads. Our Gailon is a little bit behind, but you can see here we do have some flowers starting to develop, and these will develop into shoots very similar to the Raab, and we can cut individual shoots in the same way. And once we cut those, the laterals will send out additional shoots, again extending that harvest. I feel like this has been very successful. Sometimes it's a struggle to get a head broccoli to produce in a spring planting before the heat sets in and it bolts. So this has been a great alternative. Both of these crops, it's important to recognize they have a fairly short shelf life, so you want to use them fairly quickly. They'll store longer if they're dry, so wait to wash them until you're ready to use them.